I lost 30 pounds this year and got shredded, but what I discovered on the way was nothing like what I expected and probably not what you would expect either. Today I'm going to walk you through the surprising, unfiltered lessons I learned along the way that not many people talk about when they're busy showing off their shredded six packs on social media. By the end of this video, you may rethink everything you've been told about body fat and actually realize that maybe holding on to a bit more body fat than you thought could be key. If you're new here, I'm Adam, a certified performance nutritionist and online coach. I've spent over a decade helping people lose fat, build muscle, and actually enjoy the process. I've seen it all, every diet trend, every miracle workout, and all the nonsense in between. So let's get into the real, unfiltered side of getting very lean, aka shredded, and of course, beyond the photos and Instagram glory. Let's start with a reality check. If you're a guy that's 20 to 25% body fat and a woman that's 30 to 35% body fat, losing some extra body fat is going to be one of the best things you do for your health. You'll see improvements in your energy levels, your digestion, your sex life, your sleep quality, mental focus, and overall confidence. But here's the reality. You don't need to chase extreme levels of leanness to reap those benefits. I'm sharing my journey because if you're considering getting shredded, then there's some truths you need to know first. I started this journey thinking the leaner I got, the better I'd look and feel. The goal was clear. Get shredded, reveal every muscle, and feel incredible. Sure, I was getting ready to compete, but that was just my excuse to get shredded. Now for the first plot twist. Losing more fat beyond a certain point didn't necessarily make me look better. It in fact made me look a bit worse. I went from feeling like I was on my way to peak fitness to looking like a deflated balloon at a kid's birthday party. And very few people warn you about this. Most people worry about losing muscle while dieting, but the truth is, if you didn't have much to begin with, being lean just makes that more obvious. When you're at higher body fat percentages, your muscles are hidden. You may feel like you have more than you do. I certainly did, until I got shredded and it revealed that maybe I have a bit less muscle than I thought. My muscles look flat, my body looks smaller and weaker. You won't lose much muscle, if any, when dieting if you do the following. Eat enough protein, around 0.8 to 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight, train with progressive resistance, lift weights with intention, progressively challenging yourself with heavier weights or more reps each week. Don't starve yourself. Extreme deficits make muscle loss a lot more likely, so keep your calorie deficit reasonable. 20 to 25% below maintenance is usually a good range. And do your best to recover properly. Sleep, hydrate, take time between sessions to let your muscles recover. When your muscles are depleted and flat, the image in the mirror might not match what you had in mind. That's why I always tell my clients, being shredded is not necessarily looking your best or looking great. There's a point where too lean works against you. Hormones go haywire, sleep suffers, gym performance tanks, and mentally you're on edge. Sure, I get it. Some people can sustain it. Usually they're genetically blessed, suffering, or have some sort of pharmaceutical aid. After my competition, the big question everyone asked me was, are you going to maintain this? Maintain 4 to 6% body fat? Absolutely not. I was struggling to get a good night's sleep. I needed a coffee to feel normal. And my sex drive? What sex drive? As I started eating more and gaining weight, the world did not implode. I was sleeping significantly better. My energy shot back up. My workouts stopped feeling like punishment. And I actually started to look better, even with a few extra pounds. My lifts went up, my mood improved, and I wasn't dragging myself around anymore. If you're cutting, but you're not quite at your goal and you're starting to feel like garbage, here is what I recommend. Move your carbs around, concentrate most of your carbs around your workout, before and after. This will fuel performance and recovery. Take a deload week, reduce the intensity and volume of your workouts for a week to give your body a break. Consider a diet break. Just spending a week eating at maintenance calories, this can improve your workouts, mood, and just give you a mental break from dieting. Reevaluate your calorie deficit. If you're cutting more than 25%, dial it back. You're not going to lose fat faster, but you may lose your sanity. These adjustments can make the process feel less like a death march and more like sustainable lifestyle changes. Your workouts get better, you're not constantly hangry, and you actually enjoy things like eating out and having a social life. If you're not competing, there's absolutely no reason to aim for shredded. Now we're back to the start and I'm bulking again because I need more muscle for my next competition. But in the process, I've realized that sustainable leanness does not mean shredded. If I were to choose a happy medium that's sustainable, I would say between 12 to 15% body fat, likely a bit less than what I am right now. This is what I like to call the Goldilocks zone, not too lean, but lean enough to feel good, perform well, and still enjoy life. You're healthy, you look fit, but you're not obsessing over every morsel of food. If you're considering getting below 10% body fat, I want you to ask yourself the following. Why am I doing this? Are you chasing a look for the short term, or are you actually seeking a healthier and happier life? What am I willing to sacrifice? Sub 10% body fat means stricter diets, more stress, less energy, and some social sacrifices. It's not a decision you want to take lightly. For most people, a lean but not shredded physique is actually where they look and perform the best. Remember, it's about finding your balance, not just physically, but mentally too. When balancing fat loss and muscle growth, the key is to approach it like a cycle rather than an all or nothing game. Start by getting clear on where you're currently at. Are you ready to cut, maintain, or bulk? When cutting, you also need to maintain a higher protein intake to maintain muscle mass. You also need to lift heavier over time. And once you're happy with how lean you are, you can go straight into maintenance calories. This means more food, so this is always fun. Some people will suggest a reverse diet, but there's absolutely no need. The evidence does not support reverse diets. There's no real evidence for it. You can just go straight into maintenance calories and reap the benefits. I recommend spending at least 2 weeks at maintenance calories before transitioning into your next phase. If your next phase is to lean bulk, don't obsess over the scale. This is too easy to do. It will play games with you. To get into a calorie surplus that supports lean muscle, multiply your maintenance calories by 1.05. That gives you a 5% surplus, or 1.10, that gives you a 10% surplus. I suggest starting at 5% and then adjusting. This range will give you the best bang for your buck in terms of building muscle and minimizing fat gain. Track your progress through photos, strength gains, how your clothes fit. You can take measurements if you want, and also your energy level. If things start to feel a little too tight around the waist, what you can do is dial back calories ever so slightly. It's okay to tweak your plan according to what you see in the mirror and how you feel, but I suggest giving it at least a few weeks before you tweak anything. Remember, confidence doesn't come from some magic number on a scale, nor some perfect body fat percentage. It comes from knowing you're putting in the work and actually taking care of yourself. Shift the focus away from just chasing aesthetics, the way you look, to building habits that make you feel strong and more capable. Alongside your body composition goals, set goals that have nothing to do with looks, like lifting certain weight, running a faster mile, or just feeling good in your own skin. Celebrate the wins that are not visible, like a new PR in the gym, better sleep, more energy, feeling less winded, or just managing stress better. And remember, health is more than what you see in the mirror. It's how you feel inside, your mental well-being, and how you show up every day. Sure, losing fat and building muscle is great, but feeling good in your body, no matter where you are on your journey, is where the real magic happens. So ditch the idea of perfection, focus on progress, keep showing up for yourself, and let confidence be the byproduct of the work you put in. That's all for this video. The key takeaway I want you to remember is getting shredded is not some magical experience. It's just maybe part of your journey, maybe not even part of your journey now you've watched this video, but you should aim to prioritize health and the way you feel day to day, and actually really enjoying the process. I know that sounds really cliche, but if you're one of the people that doesn't want to get to 10% body fat, like maybe just as a one-off, then I suggest you watching this video next.